If the subtitles feel too fast, please lower the video playback speed. Hello, this is Kim&. Today, we'll continue exploring the fundamentals of drawing. Kim&'s Notes, Part 2. What it means to draw well. In contemporary art, even the words good and bad drawing can sometimes feel uncomfortable, because art is often valued simply as a way of expressing oneself. However, drawing well doesn't mean judging art by a simple standard. For example, this doesn't mean that hyper-realistic art, rendered in extreme detail and realism, is somehow better drawn than freely expressed abstraction, nor that creatively composed abstraction is inherently better drawn than hyperrealism that interprets and reconstructs reality. It's not about establishing superiority based on genre or style of expression. First, drawing well means being able to communicate what you want to express with convincing clarity. Even if the expression looks impressive, it may lack structure or reasoning. And even if the idea itself is strong, without enough practice, the expression can become weak. Second, art is often seen as something beyond competition, focused on expressing the inner self. But one thing is certain somewhere out there, someone may express ideas better than we can. For example, even in action painting, someone who has studied and explored more deeply can create expressions closer to their intent. Even a single line can feel completely different depending on skill and experience. It can stand out to the extent that anyone can objectively recognize and feel the difference. Not only in terms of expressive ability, the overall composition and ideas can also be on another level. And methods for communicating ideas effectively already exist, especially in design fields. So even within the same genre, differences in interpretation and skill inevitably appear. This isn't about comparing yourself to others for stress. At least during practice, if we step outside ourselves a little and observe strengths and weaknesses objectively, we can build better standards. By correcting weaknesses and learning from strengths, we find ways to grow. That becomes the foundation for continuous improvement. Why should we strive to draw well? Expressing ourselves through art is already meaningful and fulfilling. But because better ideas and expressions exist, there is always room to improve. That alone makes the effort worthwhile. With strong fundamentals and continued practice, if we can express our thoughts more accurately, then continued study becomes necessary. In many fields, greater demand creates competition, and competition accelerates growth through exchange. Sports, idle industries, smartphones, and computers all continue advancing rapidly over time. And among that progress, those who build knowledge and experience and hold their ground are called professionals. What I want to keep emphasizing is this art is fundamentally about inner expression. But for a work to truly exist, in the end, an audience is necessary as well. And with that, some form of shared understanding. Of course, simply enjoying the act of expression is also meaningful. That discussion is separate for now. If you study drawing properly, you naturally develop professionalism within that field. And that professionalism eventually connects to being good. That's why we should strive to draw well. Strong ideas become more valuable when supported by strong expression. And the standard of good expression comes from theory, research, practice, deeper interpretation, and disciplined skill built through repetition. That is the purpose of this class. By slowly building these concepts one by one, let's continue into the next lesson. Great work today.